Hello, fun seekers. Wasaga Mike here. I want to welcome everyone at Wasaga Beach and from around the world. This is Fact Up News. Best Buy just purchased a company that provides emergency response services. So next time you're having a heart attack, don't worry. Geek Squad will be over roughly between 2 or 4, something like that. According to a new study, roughly 20% of millennial parents have changed or seriously considered changing their babies' names based on what internet domain names were available at the time. "Don't make the same mistake my parents made," said Pornhub Collins. Nintendo fans are worried about Mario's brother, Luigi, because in a trailer for a new game, he appears as a ghost. They said 30 years of jumping groin first into a flagpole must have caught up with him. SeaWorld is letting 125 employees go. Or as the animals put it, must be nice. Apple became the first U.S. company worth over $1 trillion. Then I looked in my drawer with the old iPods and stuff and went, yeah, that's about right. Analysts say that Apple's actual manufacturing costs for the iPhone is $199. That's just the parts. When you add in the labor, that's $200. And now with our continuing series, Hike Across Canada, with extreme adventurer Andrew Meriweather. Andrew, are you there? You kind of had some sort of an incident on the last episode.
Andrew Meriweather. Glad you could join me in my hike across Canada after an unfortunate incident I had on my last adventure. I had an allergic reaction to my all-natural insect repellent and had to spend the night in emergency. But today is another day, and I've been dropped off at the Moonshine Provincial Park in Alberta, Canada. Now this park, at about 875 hectares, is not the largest, but it actually has quite an interesting history. It seems that in the early 1900s, two brothers were making some moonshine, and they accidentally, if you know what I mean, knocked a still into the lake, hence the name Moonshine Lake. Now, it's been nearly 100 years, and I can tell you, to this very day, hold on a second. That's at least 90 proof. Let's go.
Andrew will be back later on in the show. A recent government report revealed that an MTO employee fell asleep at her desk for up to 3 hours a day, and this went on for nearly 4 years. She fell asleep at her desk for 3 hours a day. Or as the MTO call it, Employee of the Month. Alex Trebek is hinting that he might retire from Jeopardy in 2020. When asked what he'll do in retirement, Trebek said, "What is drinking at noon?" According to the New York Times, Ivanka Trump, like President Trump, is said to hold grudges. Well, you know what they say, the apple doesn't fall far from the orange. A new study suggests that dogs notice and try to help people when upset or in danger. Cats, on the other hand, think it's hilarious. I own 3. Now let's tune in to Andrew on his next adventure in Alberta. Andrew, are you there?
Andrew Meriweather here on day 2 of my excursion through Moonshine Park in Alberta, Canada. Well, I've been hiking for nearly 12 hours, so I'm getting a little bit peckish. For those of you who don't know me, I am a vegetarian, which means I only eat plant-based animals. Now, when you're in the forest, you cannot find sustenance so easily as you can when you go to the supermarket. But a little known secret is you can actually eat the bark off a tree, which I'm going to demonstrate for you right now. So I'm sitting on a bit of a log here, and you can see, I'm just going to show you close up, I have a beautiful log here. I don't know, I'd like my logs normally medium rare, but Andrew Meriweather here. I'm going to share some hiking tips with you just to make your journey a little bit easier. Now what you should do is you should wear the proper attire. I've got my Canada hat on here, sunglasses, a nice Canada t-shirt, my shorts, my unicorn underwear, and the proper footwear, which is most important. Now shoes that should not be worn while hiking would be things like stilettos, moccasins, slippers, flip-flops, desert boots, unless you're in the desert. Ballet slippers probably should not be worn. Construction boots. Let's see. Did I say sandals? I think I said sandals. Anyways, the shoe that you should wear, it's very important, you know. I know you've seen them before, very high-tech, they're called running shoes. Here's a picture of the ones that I'm wearing. Pick up something similar to this.
Yeah, thanks, Andrew, and stay tuned to the next show where Andrew will be moving on to the next province, I think. Anyways, back to the news. Scientists in Canada are working to create the world's first beer brewed entirely from cannabis. Scientists say they've been working tirelessly from morning to mid-morning. That movie, Wolf of Wall Street, broke a record using the F word 506 times, which beats my record when I tried to put a desk together from IKEA. Speaking of IKEA, they announced plans to invest in its first wind farm in the United States. Although if IKEA builds a wind farm, you do not want to be there when the wind blows. Or if I build it. Is everyone here familiar with Crocs? Well, there's a brand new style of Crocs that's just been introduced and they're selling out all over the place. Although I'm not sure why. High-heeled Crocs. Did we ask for this? High-heeled Crocs. The perfect shoe for when you get invited to that wedding and the invitation says, food court formal. And finally, a local tennis player was laid to rest after being hit in the head by a tennis ball. We were told it was a lovely service. And that's the Fact Up News, right here on Wasaga Beach TV.